Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This is season 6, episode 11, maybe less. I forgot. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And we're going to get into this episode, and I won't be before you long because this was dry. Okay. So we start off with an event that Mary has where she just gathered the women around. Mary is coming in love as a way to speak about Meredith. She first said that everyone's here except for Brittany. I called up Brittany and told her, look, I'm not going to be fake about it. I'm not inviting you, because you said that I was not a good Christian or whatever. And Brittany said, I did say that because at the time, for how you were treating me, that's why I said what I said. I did apologize. Mary said something key afterwards, after we got the flashback. She said that I wasn't expecting Brittany to apologize. Put that on the table, because we're coming back to that. So anyways, Mary started up the conversation about, stuff, whatever happened on the plane. And she was speaking with kind of more generally, but within the Meredith way of, I think that we're not really moving on because of, I think, Meredith, that you need to apologize for if I offended you, And Meredith doesn't feel that way. However, at the same time, Heather hijacks what Mary has going on to now, see, Lisa? What is your obsession with Lisa, Heather? You're trying to get people to apologize for things that they don't feel that they did wrong. Nene is a star of that, and y'all still love her. I'm just pointing out stuff. I said what I said, and I ain't changing. But, different strokes for different folks. The conversation goes on. We're hearing from Whitney saying, what we witnessed, I was in earshot. Now y'all was in earshot, but y'all was coming in and out of comas all the time. And Whitney says, who said it was 5 hours? And then the next person said it was 2 hours. Meredith says it was probably like 30 minutes of me going off to my friend. Brittany had headphones on and all that good stuff. They're saying that they had to cart that girl off. Her hair is wet. What, so she drenched her? Like, did what she did on the boat? And nobody did a thing. Y'all sat there and let that happen. Y'all are full of ish. Y'all just let it happen. Y'all didn't say, Brittany, take my spot. Or even, Meredith goes on to say the stuff that she was doing on the plane. She watched 2 movies and all that. She went to sleep and all that. What were the movies? As this interrogation. I guess this is SVU. Since Brittany's a special victims. What was the movie? Crazy Rich Asians, and I don't remember it. Well, what happened? I don't remember. What was the ending? Mary says, well, maybe there are things that you just don't remember, but you're carrying on was a lot. People are like, well, on the internet, well, Mary's saying the same things as Heather. Well, Heather ain't coming. Heather is coming to put belt to ASS. Mary's coming as a friend. And Mary said, look, I love you. And I'm coming to you because it was bad. I feel like this episode was very production pushed. Because they said, we got to end this. And you'll know at the end of the episode and my review, yeah, they said, let's stop it. Let's stop the bull crap. And obviously they know it's all bull crap. Meredith ain't changing. Brittany ain't changing her stuff. And y'all saying whatever. So it comes out that Meredith starts talking with Whitney about certain things because she talking about earshot and stuff. And you were talking behind my back. What? I wasn't talking behind your back. I'm right here in your face. And then Brownwood volunteered and said, well, Brownwood talks about the conversation her and Whitney had. And where Whitney's implying that Meredith was mixing drugs and alcohol. And that's why she don't remember nothing. At this point now, Brownwood is offended that Meredith said anything about what Brownwood said because now that's going to ruin her relationship with Whitney. Now, I gotta go to the after show, but do you know what that heifer did? And I'm talking about Whitney right now. She said, I said this in confidence. On camera. Bobblehead. What are you talking about? Two people I cannot stand on this show is Heather and Whitney. And I cannot wait until they take Mary-Kate and Ashley away. I cannot stand them. People can't stand Lisa. I don't like her either. I can tolerate her more than them two. They're always accusing. They're always putting these labels on people. Very criminal type of activity on people. And for some reason, Velma and Daphne always get away with it. And Whitney, you deserve an ass whooping for all the crap that you've done these 6 years. They've only gotten away with it because you show your boobs and you're on a stripper pole and you look pretty. Pretty don't hurt. Shout out to Beyonce. It works in your favor. And you talk in this voice. So Utah of you. So churchified of you. Y'all sit up there on your judgmental thrones. And then Heather, you sit up here surviving Mormonism, and Mormonism is still in your blood. I think I'm done ranting. Anyway, Brown, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. She said it on camera. It was going to come out. Stop it. So no resolve because people want to put stuff on Meredith, and Meredith said no. I don't even know what the next scene is. Oh, well, I'll just remember the stuff I remember. Mary and Angie, they do crossfitting. People are surprised by that. But if you guys remember how Andy and Mary know each other, Mary used to live in New York. She may still have a place there, but she used to more reside there at the time. And Andy and Mary used to go to the same gym. So, yeah, Mary goes to the gym. I think that we're surprised because all we saw with Mary do is stay up in a closet. And then come to group scenes and then stay to the side. She was very untrusting of this group. Do y'all kind of want to know what led to Mary kind of opening up in this way? You know, I love it. I have no problems with it. I just wonder how y'all would you like her to go into what made her this secluded and stuff? Heather is moving furniture again. I have nothing for that scene. This is what's going on. And I'm sorry to say, but Salt Lake, y'all clicking down. Y'all are not as ridiculous as Miami, but y'all kind of... Brittany and her daughter Olivia have therapy. She said, after the plane stuff, I just realized what priorities I had to have. But you were just with your man, and your man ended up calling you out, saying that you're a flip-floppy arse-itch, basically. And you need to figure out what you want. Because your man rejected you for a day or two. Now you want to film with your daughter. Your daughter gets on here and says what it was after you divorced her father, or the two daughters' father. They got a stepdaddy, and you totally abandoned them, basically. Your world was into this man and to the stepchildren. You didn't praise your... You better be glad that your daughters are even talking to you right now. What is that? Because this is So Gucci story on Bell Collective. If I have any Bell Collective watchers watching, this was a So Gucci move. What is this survival mode where y'all just gotta latch onto a man? Is it because you have children and a man that actually wanted to tolerate you with children? Is that why you're doing everything you can to keep and hold on to this man? That you would sacrifice your blood daughters or children? That is some terrible crap. So she says, I still haven't forgiven myself, for how I have been, Olivia takes that as her taking accountability. I guess this is something that she's never heard from her mom, and she's taking that as a step. I can't say that. That's Olivia's thing. And no, I have nothing about what Olivia needs and what she's taking on. I just think that right now it's still about Brittany. I just feel bad. You didn't even tell her. It had to be told in therapy. And now she wants to figure out why she was like this. And why do I feel like next week we're going to see a scene with Jared? Next up, Brown, Muzzy, and Gwen. They go someplace, I forget. They're talking about a reptile that Gwen got that she's trying to bred, basically. She could tell that her reptile is ready to mate. And she's got some type of poster out or advertisement of needing a mating partner. Gwen is about to leave home. I think she wants to go to Portland. She wants to do all of these things. It's revealed that Brown didn't really want to go to that Mormon college. And she would have rather had gone to, I think it was New York, and do some other things. And I'm doing things and I'm figuring things out. Basically, Gwen is doing things that Brown didn't have a chance to do. However, she's really having separation anxiety, Brown is, because she just can't handle not having her there. Plus, Todd is not there. He's there, 2 or 3 days out of the week? She's lonely. Muzzy's ready to leave too. So it's a lot. She says that there's a little bit of progress in the relationship, and it's just like, right now, do we need this to happen? Brown, yeah, it's time to get some hobbies. I'm glad that you have this show to kind of occupy your time. Although you don't have to work. I'm not telling you to work. I think it's time to find some type of trade. Not a trade like being a mechanic or anything. I think you need to find something that you love and do it. And nothing wrong with just being a housewife. But for your benefit of needing something more out of life and needing something to occupy your time while your husband is gone, find something new, a passion that you like, and get involved with that. That's my only thing. Whitney did bring by a U-Haul for Heather. And the only thing I'm just bringing up is now Brown has a problem with Meredith because she says that, Whitney has a problem with Meredith because I'm always the scapegoat. Anytime anything goes on, she wants to blame me. No, she don't want you to putting allegations on her. That's what it is. You are a messed up MFer in the head. And then she says, this is so triggering because I just know all the signs because of my father. Your father still don't even speak to you after what happened on season 1, right? I think that's what was going on for a while. So I know this. You can't put stuff on people because of whatever you got going on with your father. Now, people are saying down there at BravoCon that you were drunk out of your mind and you couldn't even make it to certain things that you were supposed to be a part of. No one's talking about drunk Heather on that boat. I don't know. Y'all know I like Meredith. I don't think I'm biased. However, it's hard for me to believe those people, Ashley, Mary Kate, because of the ish that they have brought up. And then Heather, why are you acting like you are the poster child for truth, Miss Black Eye? That you lied on production. And then you wanted to sell it in your book. So she has a bone to pick with Brown, and I think it was like, oh, I finally got a storyline. Let me jump on this. Brown said something that I said to her in confidence. No, she didn't. You said it on camera. All right, last scene, Meredith and Brittany. Meredith says that I apologize for you overhearing me, and how it made you feel. Brittany accepted the apology. She says, I'm still traumatized, but, I've been thinking about forgiveness. No, production told y'all to sit down so we can move on from this. Because it was a he said, she said type of thing, and they don't even think both stories are valid. Then Brittany apologizes for bringing up that rumor. I know that has to be triggering. And Meredith corrected her and said, what was getting at me was that you were coming in a place of acting as his friend, and you were just being a very vile person. Let's get that straight. Because she's trying to slick diss Meredith, trying to say, oh, this whole cheating thing must be really true, and I know that triggers you. And Meredith went on to clock that and clean that up right quick. This has been a waste of 3 episodes. Some people think that we're going to get the evidence at the reunion. Why? Why? For someone who is that traumatized, for someone who is able to have a conversation with Lisa and Meredith, she's not fearful. Brittany lied, and I think she exaggerated. Now, I wanted to point out again, Brittany finally apologized to Meredith. That means she never apologized. So Meredith was a loose cannon. You didn't even apologize for what you did. And you were too busy complaining, well, I did what everybody else has done, and I'm getting punished for it. You never apologized in the first place. And then you were manipulative about why you came to her in the first place. You wanted to be nasty, and you wanted to get under her skin. You wanted her to have a seizure. Y'all can believe Brittany. I don't. But it is crazy that she's getting more screen time. I am not interested in a pathetic woman. I'm not interested in her throwing her children to the side. But anyway, y'all let me know. Happy Thanksgiving. I found out that Bel Air, which is my show, is already back on 3 episodes. I was on Instagram the other day, and the Aunt Viv, Cassie Freeman, she was saying that it was out since Monday. I said, what? Yeah, so 3 episodes are now out on Peacock. So I'm gonna get into those. First go to my job and then get into those, come to those with those reviews. Also, I am reviewing All Her Fault. Check out also another review, All's Fair. Last night's episode, or yesterday's episode, the best episode of the season thus far. Go check that review out. Check out the episode too. But yeah, that's it. Happy Thanksgiving to y'all. I'll see y'all later this week. Well, I'll have other stuff up and whatever, but Love and Marriage Huntsville is the only other type of reality show I gotta do. And then Married to Medicine starts on Sunday. I'll have something to you on Monday morning, and that's that. Until next time, like this video, subscribe, share, leave your comments. Peace.